everybody. It's the end of the week for Black History Month, and we made it. So happy Black History Month. I got a couple fellas with me. I got to get some young ladies in here. I don't know how I keep ending up with y'all, but it's all cool. It's all cool. But we got some new faces, and we're going to let them introduce themselves and maybe say one thing you like about being at Michelle, maybe your favorite class, or you can't say lunch, but maybe your favorite class or teacher or something like that. So let's start over here.
My name Hakeem. People just call me Keem, and like I say, like my favorite like class is most like I say it's like computer science. I like
Computer science. Okay.
My name Jamari. I already been on the podcast, so y'all probably know me.
You're famous.
My favorite subject, I ain't got one.
It used to be math.
It was math,
but he done fell off. Math fell off the
yeah.
Because then got harder, or he just fell off because.
It just fell off. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Mr. V. All right.
Mr. V, though.
My name Terrence, and my favorite class is my favorite. You said my favorite thing about school.
Yep.
General, right?
Yep.
I like it how like during the week, like the days would really be like short, so I don't really gotta stay here long. But like it'd be fun when I stay here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. First of all, let's get this energy up.
Yes.
Okay. Look, it's T-Rex here. T-Rex, man. Tracy. Look. My favorite class, I don't even know the whole time.
All of them?
Yeah, actually, I just.
You gonna
really
just say
like to
all of
learn.
them? Okay,
Yeah,
I
so
can go with that.
Honestly, like all
Now-
the classes.
Now, what people don't know about you is that you are a rapper extraordinaire, right?
Yeah. T-Rex, go check me out. It's all SoundCloud, all platforms.
When you say all platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Spotify.
do you want to give us a snippet or something, or?
A snippet. I got some beats, but like, they really just kind of basic.
Okay, so we're gonna come back. We'll come back on it.
come back to that.
But let's talk a little bit about Black history. So I know two of you guys came from Spencer, and one came from Milton Bronson, and you came from Jensen. Which ones were named after black leaders?
So Spencer actually was named after Henry Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
And
So it's Henry Spencer Technology, School of Technology, or something like that? Okay.
And basically he was like a scientist.
Okay.
And like he got really famous off of that.
Okay. Anything you want to add to that? Because you came from Spencer also, right?
Nah, with him.
T-Rex did it all.
Nah.
I mean, that's really it about him. And like, after he used to live in the area and all that, and like, he grew up, segregation, all that. I think it was like really like way before though, because Henry Spencer, he's pretty old.
Okay.
So yeah.
And your school.
So yeah, I came from Milton Bronson Math Science Specialty School. Milton Bronson was a pastor. His church really right by the school. It's like right there. It's like across the street from the school. He was a pastor. Many people don't know that Bronson was like, that's where people used to live at. Like, it used to have their own little block, but now it's a school.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it used to be a little living area, but now it's a school. So yeah.
Did you guys ever go to this church? Milton Bronson Church?
We ain't never going there.
Okay.
But I've been right there by many times. Yeah, and I seen like pictures of him hanging up and stuff like that. Yeah, and he was just a good pastor and activist for like the black people and supporting the community and stuff.
So let me ask you guys, what would be like if somebody was to name something after you for being an advocate? You know, so he was a pastor for the people. He was a scientist. Michelle Clark was the first black news anchor, but she did a lot more than just be the news anchor. What would be something that you would say if they were going to name this after me? I want it to be because I do this or I plan to do this.
Me, I'll say like because of my career. Like I really think in the future that I'm gonna really go somewhere with rap.
You will. Go ahead.
So I really think that like they can like name a music school after me.
Oh, okay.
Or, like,
okay.
Something that got something to do with music.
And what would how would it go?
It'll go like T-Rex's musical school education, something like that.
T-Rex musical school.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
That
So
would
who else? What else? Who else would be
Honestly.
named after you?
I would say like, if I had a school, it would be about like company wise or like entrepreneur type.
So like
school.
business.
Yeah, like let them do what they want to do. Like out they whole school, like let them pick what they want to pick, but like make it successful. And I want to be named like after that.
Okay, so give me the name. Give me full name.
Like I'll say like Terrence Business Academy.
Business Academy. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys got anything?
No.
But how do you think that? How do you think, like, if you were Milton Bronson's great 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 grandson, how would you feel to know that your grandfather has a school named after him?
I feel inspired because that showed me like my grandfather did good things, and now I want to keep his reputation going on and doing good things, and that just inspired me to work hard and like just show like every good like after a good accomplishment, or if you do something good in this world, like your name will forever last. So now his name forever lasts.
Yeah, because that's the other piece. Like, when you're gone, people will be like, T-Rex who? You know? Because if nobody named it, like, who would keep your name going once you're gone, right? Yeah. Unless something, so I think that's what makes history. Yeah. You know, like, I think about, we now have streets, Dr. Martin Luther King.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, and all of that they're named after someone that even people who may not have lived during his time still says his name, still, you know, talks about him, because there's more things to talk about as it relates to Dr. Martin Luther King. You know, so, and I just used him as an example, but I know, like, there's a school now named after Obama, President Obama, right? I think there's some streets named after, like Obama Way, things like that. The Bishop Ford. You guys know about the Bishop Ford? Mm-mm. So that's Bishop Lewis Henry Ford, who was also over the Church of God in Christ at one time. Mm-hmm. So he was like over the whole denomination, and they named that area after him now. So the Bishop Ford is like, I hope I'm not wrong, but it's like maybe 90, you get on the expressway, you hit the Bishop Ford about 95th, and then it goes all the way to like, 130th before you get to like Dalton. So that's even something. So even though we were talking about schools, people that have streets, that means you're driving on their street all the time, or you're on the highway, you're driving on a highway all the time. We just recently changed the we used to call it Lakeshore Drive. Y'all know what we call it now?
What?
Y'all have no idea what we call it now? Mm-mm. Okay, so let me think of how to go back and phrase it. So when you guys are on the on Lakeshore Drive, where you're driving along the lake, you guys know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Like where the stadium for the Bears, the museum campus.
Yeah.
So what's that highway called then?
I never read the highway.
Never really paid attention to it.
I still think it's Lakeshore Drive. I never paid attention to it.
Okay. You still think Lakeshore Drive too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lakeshore Drive? Okay. So look, open up your phones. Let's do this. Show this the right way. So let's see what Lakeshore Drive is now called. And I guess I'll do the because y'all can get on the phones and text really quick. So now, that was a simple question. What is Lakeshore Drive called?
It's called Dual Stable Lakeshore Drive, or DLSD.
No.
Wait. Oh, no, I see it. Is it the Jean?
It's called
Baptist?
Jean Baptist Point D Syllable Lakeshore Drive.
Say it again.
Jean Baptist Pointy DuSable Lakeshore Drive.
Right. So does it say who he is?
Let me see.
Must be
so he's a Haitian.
Yeah. Okay. It says.
So it's DuSable Drive. That's what you're telling me, right?
He established a trading post at the month of Chicago Riff around 1790.
So he's accredited to discovering Chicago.
What?
To discovering Chicago. So think about like
how they even hear that though? Like how they even found out like that? like what like I don't know like how they found out that he discovered like.
So, how did they find out we landed on Plymouth Rock? Or did it really land on us? Right, but how did they figure that out? How did they know that Columbus discovered America? Or did he discover America?
Don't know.
Because he documented it.
Because he documented, but if there were people already there, did he really discover it? But he was the one that put the history out.
You know when I put the history out.
And so I'm bringing that up to say, if you don't know your history, people can tell you any history.
Yeah.
So if you don't know that, let's say you come up with a great beat, right?
Yeah.
And Missy Elliott's using your beat and everything, you know. Because think about all the beats that Missy makes. A lot of people have her and who's the guy that's with her that did a lot of the beats? I can't think of his name right now. Swiss, no, not Swiss, but they did a lot of the beats together. So let's say you made some beats and now everybody's sampling your beats, right? If you don't get credit for it, and then he said he did those beats, and the history starts saying that he did the beats and you never did it, who gets the credit?
Well, he do.
Right.
Then yeah.
So that's how our history sometimes can fool us, because our history will have us believe one thing when actually it could really be something else that happened.
Right.
So I want you guys to always think about, just because somebody says, there weren't Indians, we discovered America, or there wasn't people here, or all those things. You need to do your research to figure it out, because I could tell you anything, and then you can walk around saying that's history, and it really may not be
Did
history.
he really discover Chicago, or he just the first person that just named it Chicago?
I need you to look that up. Do we have a black museum in Chicago? What's the museum?
Chicago.
Black museum? No, I'm joking. That's not it though. I was joking.
It was something similar to that. It's something with Chicago. Ain't it got institution in it? Or I'm talking about different.
Right. The museum is on the south side of Chicago.
I never been.
You've never been? Have you ever been? You don't know the museum. You never been either then. The DuSable Museum?
Never been.
Okay.
Yeah. The only museum that we probably ever been, well, most of us, the common one that they take field trips to is like the science industry one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Field Museum?
Yeah, I went there.
Yeah.
Before.
Okay, and the Shed Aquarium.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys don't do trips to the DuSable Museum?
No.
Okay, so we need to fix that. I think it's important because, once again, everything is throwing. It's like commercials. If you watch a commercial and I say to you, which detergent cleans makes the whites white? Which one you gonna tell me?
Wait, repeat it.
Tired.
Which detergent makes your shirts the whitest?
No.
Tired.
Tide? Anybody got something different?
I don't even know which one that was.
What's the one with the muscle? It's orange.
Arm
and
and
got
Hammer?
yeah.
Arm and Hammer. Okay.
I was just gonna say that one too.
And so the reason that y'all saying those is because those are the ones you've been bombarded with or you see at your house, right?
Mhm.
But that doesn't mean that really is the one that makes everything the cleanest. So I'm saying all that to push you guys to think about, what do I need to do to get more facts before I make a decision? Right?
Yeah.
So nobody steals my beats and say that they're theirs. So nobody steals my ideas and all of a sudden I'm like, that was my idea. But now they making big money off of it on Shark Tank, and it was really your idea. You just happened to tell it to somebody who took off with it.
Right.
Or he was a pastor, but maybe he did more than just was a pastor. But how do I know that? Because everybody just says Milton Bronson was a pastor. But did he do more than just be a pastor? So when you look at your history and your family, like, who's the oldest living person in your family right now?
My granny. My
Your
great granny.
Your great granny.
Yeah.
How often do you talk to her?
Often, like then and there.
Have you ever asked her anything about what's different, like, from now to where she was when she was a kid?
Mm-mm.
That would be a good question for her, because then she can tell you what she lived, not what she heard. Right? Who's your oldest in your family?
My grandma.
Your grandma?
Yeah.
Have you had that conversation with her?
Actually, yeah. She talked about like how she had to raise my dad
Mm-hmm.
when she was single, and how it was tough for her because segregation and stuff.
Okay. And so did you feel that whole what segregation was like? Because your dad may not knew it, right? Because he was a kid.
Yeah.
So he didn't know that maybe somebody was discriminating against him or whatever.
Yeah. So when I had that convo where it kind of like struck me, because at the same time when I was in middle school, we was learning about like segregation. So I was like, segregation is connected to like my actual family.
Right.
So like, yeah.
Yep. Anybody else? Who's your oldest?
My great granddad.
Okay.
I ain't never really like asked him nothing like that before. I don't really be like talking to my granddad like that. I don't even be really around him like that.
Okay.
But
But think about the rich history you can find out.
Yeah.
Because think about if your great granddad, and I'm just using that example, was Milton Bronson, you wouldn't even known all the stuff that he did in his lifetime because you never asked. You know, he might have been somebody who marched with Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson. He might have did some of those things that, because what you got to remember is, even doing like the Rosa Parks, we all know Rosa Parks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rosa Parks might not have been the first person to start the boycott. It could have been other people that was like, hey, we gonna do it. And maybe they died in trying, right? And maybe she was the one that didn't die and made the
Actually,
huge
I heard
impact.
about the no. She was not the not about the boycott. I think she was the first with that, but she was not the first to refuse to not sit on the back
Go
of the
to
bus.
the back of the bus.
Yeah, it was another lady before her, and she actually went to jail.
Mm-hmm. And
But
so
I don't remember the
it
name,
took
though.
years for it to come to where now we were like, oh, Rosa Parks did it, but other people have been doing it all the time.
Yeah.
But it just happened that Rosa Parks was the one during that time. So he's been doing beats all this time, but somebody else comes along and add like a snap to his beat, and now they're the famous one. And you're like, but I've been doing those beats.
Right. And like to add on to that, I really care like too much when it comes to my music about like copyright and all that. So like I make sure like all my beats, all my music, they got like PROs, all that, so I can like make sure that it's patented and that's mine.
Yeah.
So like if anybody want to use it, I can still get paid for it. If anybody listen to it, I can still get paid for it. So yeah, that's what I've been doing the past 2 weeks, I think. Just making sure that that's okay.
So who's helping you with that, or how'd you learn about that?
I learned about it because like when I first tried to appeal, they like rejected it because like I didn't know too much. I did some research, went back, and actually found out that I had to, you know, submit like appeals, like forms, and I had to like verify my age. So I had to get my dad's help on that.
Okay.
But yeah.
And so now you really own it yourself, right?
Yeah. And like all me.
Right. And there's a difference when you own it versus, you know. So if I started selling Michelle Clark shirts and I don't really own the logo, but I'm making people buy it, Michelle Clark, who owns the logo, could get me for that.
Right.
So that's why it's important. Your ideas that could change the world. If you think about it, and y'all probably can't think of this, but think of a world where there were no cell phones. I know your parents have told you, we used to have cell phones growing up.
Yeah.
Right?
I always used to get on us about that too.
So y'all couldn't even imagine going an hour without your cell phone. But if you were back then, you didn't even know what a cell phone was. So see how things keep changing, and then you look up and you're like, I could have did that. I could have made that. I could have made that happen. But because we don't always think about how we can change the world, and all it takes is one thing to change it. It takes one thing. So I'm pushing you guys, talk to your families. Look for that one thing that could change the world, that could be yours. That makes the name for you. That makes the name for people behind you. You know, think about did back in the day in slavery times, they have cushion chairs like this that they sat down in. Somebody had to say, I think if we put some cotton in those, they could get like a little more softer, right? Somebody had to do that.
Yeah.
Somebody had to say, let's dye these clothes purple because I think purple's a good, or indigo because I think that's a good color. And now purple's all over the place. So I want you guys to think about what's going to be mine. What am I going to contribute to this world, to my people, to my family? All right?
All right.
What's last words? Last words before we go.
Last words.
Because you guys thought this was going to be really weird and hard to do, right?
No,
So-
actually, like. It's
So what are
pretty
your
chill.
thoughts now and stuff?
What my thoughts now? Don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What you going to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
You got something to add to it?
I thought it was gonna be just like bad at first, and like I was gonna be scared, but it was really chill once you really get to do it.
Because you just get a chance to think, talk, challenge each other. It's really not about, it's about just let's figure out some things, talk about some things. But I wanted to do this to relate to Black history because the more we know, the better we are. and the more we grow. But when you don't know your history, you can't know where you're going. And so I want you guys to always think about that. Because you guys got bright futures ahead, but you got to know where you're trying to go in that. All right, so this is Principal Anderson signing off with some of the coolest guys at Michelle Clark. All right, talk to you guys later.
Oh, damn, I was going to say Clark.
Yeah, Clark out.
Clark out.